Hello and welcome to another How to OU at USU. Today we will be looking at digital measures. So, what is digital measures? Digital measures is a third-party program that Utah State University has purchased university-wide license for. It helps with recording faculty activities. So that can be quite a few things. That can be your teaching, your graduate students, your publications, all of that sort of information that you're interested in as a faculty member, because it helps with promotion and tenure and that sort of stuff. So we've also set up an integration with digital measures that allows the information that we put in digital measures to automatically display on faculty profile pages. We did this because it's nice and it's convenient. It gives faculty complete control over their digital measures and over their faculty profile pages on the various department and college websites. I often get a lot of questions about how to add publications, make them display to web, that sort of stuff, how to add graduate students. And today we'll just try and go over some of that stuff. And maybe we'll split up a couple videos to just go over very specific things. But yeah, so let's start with that. So I have my faculty profile page that I've created. It's just this over here. To edit it, I just got to log in as a faculty person and add my information to my digital measures account. So if I go up to my URL and I type in digital measures, measures.usu.edu, I can go automatically to the login CAS system, make sure it's a valid login, enter your A number and strong password. And helps if you type correctly. And you'll get asked to send a duo push. Go ahead and send a push and allow yourself to finish the authentication process. Log in. Cool. Once you first log into digital measures, it'll look something like this. As you can see, I'm also leaving my faculty profile page up here on the side. You'll notice right away that teaching, these are classes I have taught for Utah State University before, that gets automatically pulled in from Banner, so you don't have to worry about maintaining the teaching. But everything else, you have some control over. Graduate students mentored, why that's showing up right now. Before this video, I did a test, and apparently if you add a graduate student mentored and then remove them, it still leaves that. So don't add them until you're actually serious about adding them. So we have this information right here, right? Teaching, research, creative endeavors, extension, service, administration, general information, all the things that we as faculty are interested in. Let's just start. All right, so I click that first link, general contact information, and I see all of my information. I also see these little red R's, and it is read only to faculty. So when you see that little R and you hover over it, you get that message. You can tell that this is something that's pulling in from either the HR office or from Banner or literally some other system somewhere. That is how that's getting generated. So that just means I can't really directly edit it, or maybe I can. Looks like I can, so I may have lied. Let's go with Leviathan. And if I go ahead and save that, cool. Looks like it did something. Let's come back to my faculty profile page, Control R. Oh, look, it automatically pulls through. Okay, so as a faculty member, you have control over your personal and contact information, even if it's read only, because I was able to change it. So let's change that back. And Control R, yep, pull through, very good. Role statement, tenure, all that information. Yeah, cool. So let's maybe add some graduate students or something, right? We'll just add a test student real quick. So I go back to this teaching tab, this teaching section. I click directed student learning, thesis, dissertation, research with undergraduates. I click that, and I'm in there, and I can see no items have been added. Okay, so I haven't added any students yet. I'll just go ahead and add a new item. Now, obviously, I'm not real faculty. I'm not doing anything like that. So we'll just make a fake one. We'll say I'm the major professor for student, my first student. Their first name is Test. You may have heard of them, and their last name is Test. Kind of a, yeah, interesting. Home department. I don't know. Other. We'll go with other. Student degree. I just pick what they're going into. We're saying Test is trying to get their PhD, and it is a terminal degree. Ooh, fancy. A bunch of other stuff. Date started. That looks important because it has that little asterisk. So we'll go ahead and say that they started at the 1st of 2020. So there we go. Completed. They're still working on it. I mean, they literally just started. I then click save. I could click save and add another. So if I go back to this page before I refresh and I try to go to that graduate students mentored, you can see it doesn't quite work and nothing happens. But if I reload the page, I can click that, and oh, look, I can see test. They're going into other because that's what I clicked, and then they started in January 2020. Okay, cool. Let's add another item there. So I actually have 3 students. You may have heard of them. They are Test, and then there's also Test 2 and Test 3. Test 2 is an internship advisor for Test 2. And we'll go ahead and type in Test 2's name. First name, last name, home department, art. Why not? That seems fun. And it's just a bachelor's student. This one probably won't pull in because I'm pretty sure that this only pulls in graduate students, so people going for an MS degree or a PhD, some sort of graduate degree, but let's try it anyway. We'll see what happens. Comments, Test 2 is a great student. Test 2 is a great student. Also, all of these will be deleted right after this video, so yeah, okay, cool. So we can see that went through. Did it come in over here? We go back. No, so if I need to add my graduate students, only my graduate students are going to show up. So if we go back to Test 2, let's edit them real quick because they're actually not a BS student. They're an MS student. I'm sorry, I forgot. Whatever. Let's say they're in the dean's office because that's an option. And then I click save. And I come back over here, refresh. It goes back to my teaching. That didn't work. So, all right, why not? I don't know. Let's say it's a terminal degree. Let's try that. Say it has to be a terminal degree. A lot of this is just going to be me trial and error because I haven't done much on this end of things. But you as the faculty advisor will have to do all of that. Maybe it's because I'm just an internship advisor. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So let's say I'm a major professor then. So we'll save that, try it again. Does Test 2 show up? Yeah, Test 2 finally shows up. Okay, cool. So you have to be the major professor for the student in order for them to show up. All right, and Test 3, I said we were going to have. Okay, cool. I lied. We're not going to have Test 3. Sorry. They were a flunk anyway. So we're going to forget about Test 3. Also, Test has decided that they don't want to work with me as their faculty advisor anymore because I don't know, something happened. So I need to remove them from my graduate students mentor, right? Because I didn't actually get to mentor them too much. It's only been like a month. So I go back to my digital measures. I find test, click the little checkbox, and then delete. And then, are you sure you want to delete this record? This action cannot be undone. Yeah, I'm sure. Test isn't my student anymore. Then I come back to my faculty profile page. I reload the page. Look, Test is gone. Cool. So Also, it would be nice to have my bio and stuff up here. Let's maybe try that next. Let's see. How do I add that? Let's start by adding my education. So I need to go under general information, which is this first tab, to the education section. And I can see that no items have been added. Let's go ahead and add one. Let's say I got my bachelor's of science, and I actually got that from Utah State University, location, Logan, Utah. My major and emphasis was behavioral psychology. Psychology. Supporting areas of emphasis, didn't have that. Dissertation thesis, didn't have that. Honors, I didn't have that. Year completed, that's a while ago. When was that? 2016? That's a good question. And we wait for me to look that up. Cool. There we go. Cool. And let's see. Oh, it's 2017. Oh, my bad. I knew 2016 didn't seem right. Alright, so 2017. At least one date is required. Okay, so I can read and I know to add that. Cool. Save. Then I can go on to add, other stuff. I can click save and add another. Save. Oh, so it keeps on not working. Why is it not saving, right? Because apparently this field is required. Is this the terminal degree in your field? No, not at all. Save. So make sure to do what the computer says, and if it gives an error, fix the error. I come back, Control R, and look, my educational background automatically is pulling in. Very nice. Looks a little weird. If the layout is what's wrong with the page, then talk to me. I can help you get that fixed up. Normally that won't be the case, but for this instance it is. Don't worry about it. Teaching, graduate students, so we can still see. Cool, everything's working. What else? Let's say I want to add a description of my personal and contact information, maybe. My research. Let's look for like my research emphasis. I'll add something. Okay, cool. So I can go to, you saw how I got there, right? We'll go back. General information, personal and contact information. Click that link. I scroll down. Oh, cool. So I do actually have some teaching interests already added in there. Apparently, those don't actually pull through. Here, we'll just copy that same thing and brief bio. Save. I come back. I reload. Look, it pulls through my bio. Okay. So I can edit that too. Let's hurry and change that to some good old lorem ipsum or something. Lorem ipsum. I don't know. Not fluent in Latin. But yeah, reload. Cool, that automatically pulls in. So now I know how to do that. Let's go to adding some of my publications, because that's very important, especially for stuff. How do I do that? I'm not sure. Let's find out together. Research and creative endeavors. Alright there. Publications, intellectual. Okay, cool. Nothing's been added. Let's add a new item. And we'll call this a publication. Or a journal article. All kinds of cool stuff. We want one that'll show up though, so some things won't show up, like what's the one? What's the one that never shows up? Oh, conference proceedings. So if you just go to like a conference, yeah, that's not gonna show up. But let's, I don't know, say a book chapter. I wrote a book chapter in a new textbook. Ooh, cool. I don't know what that is. Was this peer reviewed? Sure was, obviously. And if yes, how's this publication? Reviewers not selected by the author. Like, there you go. Current status, published. Title, book chapter, obviously, book chapter. Just chapter. There we go. Community engagement. What is this? Ooh, I clicked the little. Hey, I get a modal that gives me some information. Community engagement help. Okay, there's a bunch of words. I don't really care. Community engagement. I'm gonna skip that. Oh, it's required. We're gonna say no then, because I don't know what that means right now. You can read that and figure out. This is now the most important part. I need a role, obviously, and I was the author for this. Then this field right here, post record to website. If you don't put something in this field, it's not going to post to the website. So yes, standard record and a whole bunch of other stuff. You'll fill that out as you need to, as is appropriate. Save. At least one date is apparently required. So let's say that it was January 1st of 2020. Why not? Must be greater than or equal to 1900. So they're going to call you out. Submission? No, we'll just go with accepted. We'll just say accepted. And we'll just get rid of that. Can I? No, apparently I can't. So, or wait, yes I can. So if you delete everything, date accepted, save that. Do I have any others? Nope, looks like it like that. So I come back, I reload. Look, I have my publications showing up on the web. This book chapter that I wrote. A couple of gotchas with that too. I know that if I go back and I change my name to not my legal name and I go with Leviathan again and I save that and then I come back and reload the page, it'll update up there, but it won't show my publications. And that's because my publications are under my legal name because they're legal documents, right? Or at least to some extent. So make sure that your legal name is what you use in your personal contact information. And you save that. And you reload. And ta-da, it shows up again. So there you go. I have my publications. I could add more. Graduate students, my biography, educational background, all that stuff. Yeah. And if you have any more specific questions, a really good resource is Central IT's documentation on this exact implementation and setup. So if we can go to it.usu.edu/web, and if you go just to that, you can come down here, search digital, type correctly, digital measures, faculty and staff directory, and you can see a little bit about how that works from the web perspective, and then you can learn how to integrate. You can learn, okay, that's the stuff that your webmaster did for you. That's the stuff where your information gets pulled from. That's just that post record to website. And then if you have specific questions, if you go to this details sheet, it'll show you, okay, what specific fields pull from digital measures into OU campus faculty directory pages. And then if you just follow this, you may have noticed in this video that I did not know what I was doing because not a faculty, so I don't have normal access to digital measures. So this was a learning experience for me too. But this is the documentation for how to pull things in and to get it to work. And it pulls in automatically. It's basically live. I mean, the second you save over here, if you come back to your page and refresh, you can see the information gets pulled in automatically. So, cool. Hopefully that was helpful, and hopefully that kind of demystifies some of the digital measure stuff. Just play around with it a little bit. I mean, you can figure it out pretty quick. It's pretty simple. It's a lot easier than writing a dissertation. I mean, I could do this, so. Okay, cool. Thanks. Hopefully that was helpful. Bye.